I'm Carol Anne Riddell, and welcome to Arts in the City. We're here at the New York Botanical Garden, and we'll bring you the stunning Orchid Show in just a bit. But first, let's go back to the grit and glitter of the 1970s. The life of composer Gerald Busby reads like a movie, from the Dust Bowl of the Midwest to gay liberation in New York City. And soon, there will be a movie about him. Donna Hanover has more.
I wouldn't trust anybody I could talk into liking my music. The most important response to music is visceral. It grabs you in the gut.
Composer Gerald Busby has lived at the Chelsea Hotel, a famed locale for creative New Yorkers, for 40 years. And filmmaker Jessica Robinson says the documentary she is directing about him and his music, The Man on the Fifth Floor, takes us back to the dirty, edgy, freewheeling days of 1970s New York.
When Gerald arrives in New York, I think when Gerald talks about it, gleefully hedonistic era New York in the 70s, where there was sex around every corner. You could go into the men's room of any subway station and have sex. There were the truck stops. There was the rambles. Sex, sex, sex.
Jessica says that was very different from Gerald's childhood in the Dust Bowl Midwest with Baptist parents. He was gay but had to hide it.
Whenever my mother got angry with me, she would say, Your being here is God's punishment to me.
Jessica says his talent as a piano prodigy was his ticket out, bringing awards, college at Yale, where he refused to give up the names of other gay students, and then life in New York City. In the film, Jessica has two-time Pulitzer nominee Craig Lucas, a frequent Gerald collaborator, describe him as a composer.
It doesn't matter where I would hear it, and I have occasionally turned on the radio. I've gone, Busby.
Really?
Like a bar in. It is unmistakable. It isn't easy on the ears. It's individual, and it's not a part of any school. He found his own voice.
This is a wonderful segment with him.
Jessica says Gerald has composed more than 400 pieces, including the music to Robert Altman's iconic film, 3 Women.
Millie.
He said, I pick up the phone and it's Robert Altman. And he said, I want to talk to you. Have you ever written a score? No. Have you ever conducted an orchestra? No. He said, I said no to everything. He said, okay, the job's yours.
Jessica says Gerald also composed for Paul Taylor's Runes About Witches, which premiered in Paris, and he worked with Craig Lucas on Orpheus in Love.
It's often been the case with Gerald's music. You have to be open to having an experience.
Jessica says all the while Gerald lived in the Chelsea Hotel, famous for its eccentric and creative vibe.
Who else has lived there?
Oh my God, who hasn't lived there? I mean, Dylan Thomas, Bob Dylan, Patti Smith, 2001 A Space Odyssey was written there.
Among others you could see at the Chelsea Hotel in its heyday, Andy Warhol, Janis Joplin, Robert Mapplethorpe, and Madonna.
It's fascinating to imagine that this city was so different. I mean, now it's so much driven by money and, you know, high-rises, and then it was so burned out and derelict and fun and creative and cheap.
For 17 years, Gerald lived with the love of his life, Sam Byers. But then the HIV/AIDS epidemic began.
1981, the New York Times headline, 41 cases of gay cancer. And they didn't have a name for it. They didn't know what it was. People are starting to die, and friends of Gerald's are starting to die.
Sam and I both were diagnosed positive. It was terrifying because it looked then like everybody who was infected was going to die. Sam started deteriorating rapidly. I just couldn't bear it. It was ghastly. Somebody you love and are close to suddenly becoming this zombie.
That's a really powerful scene, I believe, in this film. That Sam has cryptococcal meningitis and he's losing his mind. And Gerald is giving him shots in the stomach and he's just going crazy.
He died 2 days before my birthday. And that was the time that an old friend invited me over, and it was my introduction to cocaine, to crack.
After 8 years as an addict and 3 tries at rehab, Gerald got into recovery. Jessica had known him as a composer and was shocked to see him show up in the New York Times Neediest Cases section.
I'd been to his apartment in the Chelsea Hotel, and I knew it was one room, so I knew he wasn't flush. But I also knew that he'd written, he was this witty, irreverent, funny character.
After a career in advertising, she began making the documentary about Gerald.
So had you planned to do a film at some point?
Prior to Gerald?
Yeah.
Oh, no, never. The movie is an homage to New York. It's a love story of 2 men who spent 17 years together and had a wonderful life until the AIDS crisis interrupted it.
She says people can learn more and even offer help with the film online at From the Heart Productions. After Sam was gone, the manager of the Chelsea Hotel let Gerald move into a much smaller apartment where he still lives.
And at first I was kind of resenting that, like, I deserve better than this. But I've come to love it. It's become part of my environment as a composer.
Jessica says The Man on the Fifth Floor takes the film's audience back to a time in New York that was sexy, dirty, edgy, and full of artistic energy. It's riveting, as is the music of Gerald Busby. I'm Donna Hanover for Arts in the City.
Have you ever been to Broadway and seen a fight scene on stage that leaves you wondering, how did they do that? Ari Goldberg got the answer, up close and personal.
There's a phrase that I heard one time that was kind of funny. A fight director is simultaneously exalted and ignored. Because, oh, great, great, great. Then all of a sudden, boom, your job's done, and that's it. And clap. Ow. And make sure it's not your shoulders, it's your head, right? So it's getting to know the body. On stage, you have to make the sound, the nap. It's called a nap, K-N-A-P. So you have to make the sound, and it has to be at the right moment.
Ron Peretti has been a fight director for over 35 years, staging fights for film, TV, and primarily stage. We stopped by his workshop at the Bear Group to learn hand-to-hand stage combat.
So how did you get into fighting as a hobby, I guess as a career?
Well, I've always been an actor, so the first job I ever really had, I was an apprentice at a theater company, and they put a sword and shield in my hand. So every morning we practiced sword and shield, and they put me in charge of the weaponry. I mean, I was a young guy, but it was cool. I really enjoyed it. And I just really loved it. I mean, it's just something that I really felt good with. And dancing was I was never really a great dancer, but this I could do. You collaborate with the director, with the choreographer. You collaborate and find out what they want the story to be told, what the story is. And then you work on it with them. And sometimes say, well, I need a little more violence, or it's too violent, or can we do something else there because it just doesn't seem to be telling the story. So I love it because it's such a collaborative process. It's really muscle memory, and remembering the steps. In fight choreography, everything is very specific. I always tell people it's as specific as any kind of dance move that you want, because we tell the story. The moves have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you have to tell the audience what the story is. Because if it's a slap, the audience has to see the beginning, the middle, and the end. There you go, great, okay, good. I'm slapping you now, you ready? Okay, yeah. And, oh, yeah, there you go, good.
Is it dangerous at all when you're doing this?
I've gotten a couple of bruises here and there. I know one day, I was doing a show one time. A guy was supposed to hit me in the stomach and hit me in the solar plexus. And I'm going around going, hmm. And it's interesting because fighting is about trying to hit somebody. Like when somebody's a martial artist or a boxer or whatever, they have to unlearn, in a way, what they're doing because it's about show, it's not about speed. For stage combat, our primary concern is safety. So on film or theater, wherever, you want to be safe because otherwise, if you're doing 8 shows a week on Broadway, you don't want to get hurt. Every move is choreographed. Nothing should be surprising. There's no such thing as improving a fight. I'm really chicken. I don't really like getting my face hit, I'm going to show you how to bite me, all right? Can I use your arm?
Peretti's enthusiasm for stage combat is equal parts actor and teacher.
Oh, that was great.
Thank you, Ron.
Very good. No, seriously, very good. That was really good. To really get comfortable with choreography, I think it took me around 10 years. It's all about control. You know, the way to stay safe in stage combat is through control, is through eye contact, is through distance, through breathing. You know, all those things are really important to make the fight safe and realistic. There. That's what we are, dancers, making it look like we're hitting each other.
And if you're curious to try something new, anyone, especially beginners, can sign up for a class.
From the stage combat course here at the Barrel Group with Ron Peretti, I'm Ari Goldberg for Arts in the City. He actually did hit me there.
Sorry.
That's I'm okay.
Grab your popcorn, summer movie season is here. Neil Rosen, along with his panel of critics, has your must-see preview in Talking Movies.
The summer movie season, which begins earlier and earlier each year, officially started at the end of April with Avengers: Infinity War. And there's plenty of other big-budget blockbusters coming your way over the next few months. I'm joined by my colleagues Lisa Rosman from Signs and Sirens and Bill McCuddy from Gold Derby. And Bill, what do you think will be the biggest box office hit, or one of the biggest box office hits this summer?
I don't want to put this on it because I'm not sure it's going to make more than anything else, but I know that Mission Impossible, this is the 6th time that Ethan Hunt has decided to grace us with his James Bondian or Jason Bourne kind of persona. And he broke his ankle making it.
Tom Cruise.
Because he does all of his own stunts. So that part I'm looking forward to. But I gotta tell you, the man is a little long in the tooth, looks a little puffy, and he breaks something every time he makes one of these movies.
It might be time for him to go back to the guy that we saw in movies like Magnolia. I mean, actually, people forget Tom Cruise is a good
He's a good actor. Born on the 4th of July.
Some meteor roles. Dude, I could barely bring myself to watch this trailer. I'm so done with this franchise.
Right. I mean, not only Born on the 4th of July, he was very good in Rain Man. Right. He was very good in Jerry Maguire. I mean, he can act, but what is he doing now? He's doing a remake, not a remake, a sequel to Top Gun.
It's Mission Impossible 60, right? That's what we're watching.
Yeah, but he's also working on some act.
Brought to you by Metamucil.
We need to reconsider that.
All right, Lisa, what do you think is going to be one of the big hits this summer?
I think it could be Ocean's 8, actually. This is a reboot of the Ocean's 11 franchise. It's an all-women heist comedy this time, directed by Gary Ross, who did Big, which I love. It's produced by Sandra Bullock, actually, who also stars. She's, you know, I feel like she never gets her due as the expert comedian that she is, and she looks so great in this from the trailers.
Why do you need to do this?
Because it's what I'm good at. The premise is along the same lines. She gets released from jail and she corrals 7 other expert thieves into a big heist. They want to rob the Met Ball. And the cast is nuts. Mindy Kaling, Rihanna, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, who you might remember from Neighbors 2, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway. I mean, that's nuts.
But see it anyway.
No, I cannot wait for this movie.
So the movie that I think is going to make the most money this summer, it's between two, actually. It's either going to be Avengers, which, you know, has the Black Panther character in there, so on the momentum of that, that might do it. But I'm going with Solo, a Star Wars story, which is basically the backstory, the prequel to how Han Solo first, you know, joined the Star Wars universe. He's played by Alden Ehrenreich, and you know, he's doing the Harrison Ford character.
He sounds like he's trying to do Harrison Ford's voice.
Sort of smirky voice.
But it doesn't work.
I think
he also 6 inches shorter.
I mean, honestly, Harrison Ford is and was, especially in his youth, one of the most charismatic, handsome actors to ever grace the silver screen, and anyone is going to pale in comparison to him. It's an awkward premise.
What do you think?
Well, what do you know?
There was just a Star Wars movie 6 months ago. These things used to come out every 3 years. It's like
they're weakening the brand.
they're weakening the series, absolutely.
Correct you are about that one, as Yoda would say.
Well, box office blockbusters aside, what movie are you personally most looking forward to this summer? Lisa?
Oh my God, I am so excited about this movie called Sorry to Bother You. It was the toast of Sundance. This guy named Lakeith Stanfield, he plays a telemarketer, I love this premise, named Cassius Green, kind of a subtle name, who sails Rocket when he starts using a white voice. And what's hilarious is the white voice is done by David Cross from Arrested Development.
As always, we'll be getting that out to you right away.
So this is supposed to be one of the most subversive anti-corporation movies that have come down the pipe in a long time. I'm excited to see it.
This could be like another Get Out.
The other one I'm looking forward to is Tag. Now, this sounds terrible. The trailer, it's about a 40-year-old...
That looks great.
It
sounds awful, but go ahead.
It's basically about this group of people who've been playing tag for something like 20 or 30 years, and they still do it in their adult life in the month of May, I think. So it's got all of these famous people, John Hamm, Ed Helms, and Jeremy Renner, like basically sneaking up on each other while their wives are giving birth.
Is it supposed to be funny? Or okay, just to be clear.
Okay, you're it now. Congratulations, buddy. You're it.
Okay, I'm looking forward to something called On Chesil Beach. Now, this stars Saoirse Ronan, and if you all remember, back in 2015, Brooklyn, which was set in the 1950s starring Saoirse Ronan, was my favorite movie of the year. This is set in 1962, and it's based on a best-selling novel, and it's set in England, and it's about a couple that is having, a newlywed couple that is having problems in their marriage because of sexual intimacy.
What I'm excited about this is it's adapted from an Ian McEwan novel. I think he's one of our best living authors, and I'm really jazzed about this look at sort of female sexual liberation right before, you know, sort of the feminist movement happened. I get this sense that the movie's going to explore some topics that don't make it to screen that often.
It looks flat and boring to me.
No, you look flat and boring.
Well, thank you. Then I'm like the movie. I'm also sexually
No, this is gonna be great, Bill.
I agree.
No, it's not going to be great.
Well, to find out about lots more movies coming out over the next few months, check us out online at CUNY.tv, where Lisa, Bill, and myself have a lengthier discussion on the summer movie season. For Arts in the City, I'm Neil Rosen.
And if you need more proof that age is just a number, we've got the book for you. Here at Arts in the City, we love a good read. So we're kicking off a new segment called Book It. We'll chat with authors, find out about their writing quirks, and get you some great book suggestions along the way. From mysteries to motivation, it is all on our nightstand. We begin with Barbara Hannah Grufferman and her book, Love Your Age. We sat down with her at the Library Hotel in Midtown, the perfect spot to talk books, and we almost never left. Barbara, thank you so much for joining us here today. So your book is called Love Your Age, but I think that a lot of people maybe don't love their age, or at least have very mixed feelings about their age.
Absolutely, especially in this country, in this society in which we live. I think that media messages say, oh, younger is better, aging is like a disease you want to cure. I decided, it was a decision, a choice. I decided I wasn't going to fight aging. I was going to embrace it because, you know what? Guess what? We're all aging.
You start the book explaining that you sort of had this personal pity party going on.
I did.
Watching the marathon happening before your eyes.
It was right before I turned 50, and I was like, I hadn't been working out since Jane Fonda. I really was eating, you know, Captain Crunch every morning for breakfast. I just wasn't doing anything right for myself.
Right.
Like a lot of women. What was my focus? It was on everybody else. Standing outside on my corner, watching the New York City Marathon go by. We always know somebody who's running in it. And
yeah, we
my
do.
daughter's holding up a sign, "Go, Miss Smith, teacher, go." She then turns to me, she was about 10 at the time. She turns to me and says, "Mom, I want to hold up a sign that says, 'Go, Mom, go.'" And I said, "I don't even hardly walk, let alone, like, what are you talking about?" But then I thought, you know what? I don't know when, I don't know how, but I will. And I said that, I'm going to do it. The next day, it was a Monday, went out, bought myself my first pair of running shoes, and started to walk. Again, the whole point of my book is small steps. I'll be running my 6th marathon. This is all since turning 50, this coming November, New York City Marathon.
Wow.
But last November, just a few months ago, I was still officially 60 because I turned 61 in December. I ran the New York City Marathon. 2 weeks later, I ran in New York City's only ultra marathon. All roads lead back to this. All roads, all, no exception. Working out, moving your body, exercise. And I really do like to call it moving your body because sometimes when you use the word exercise, people go, no, you know. It doesn't necessarily mean exercise programs. It could mean just walking your dog, walking back and forth when you're on the phone.
I really enjoyed the chapter that was called Look the Part, and I especially loved that you said, I hope I'm getting this right, dress for the body you have right now.
That's right.
Which I think is something that a lot of women struggle with.
Absolutely.
The skinny jeans in the closet that are 3 sizes too small, like stop worrying about those?
If they fit you, go for it. If they're too small, get another pair that fits you. I think we're so hung up on that number, just like with our age. We're hung up with the number we are. We're hung up with the size we are. It's not about that. It's about what is your healthiest weight. You want to get to your healthiest weight, not to your thinnest state. I walk my dog, then I go for a run early morning. I'm an early bird. I get up at 5:30, so I get all this stuff done first. And then I'm at my desk or standing up. I'm a big believer in standing up. I stand up throughout the day. I wrote this book, I would say 75% standing up. Every 20 minutes, I take a little walk break. I walk around. I do a couple of jumping jacks and push-ups or a plank. Every 20 minutes.
Barbara, thank you so much. I loved having this time with you. It was just like having a great chat. It was really enjoyable.
Thank you, Carol Anne. I really appreciate talking about all of this. It's so important.
We promised it earlier, and now it's time for some serious flower eye candy. The Orchid Show is back, and it's as dramatic and vivid as ever. Mike Gilliam has more.
This year's Orchid Show could be described as an explosion of beauty, color, sights, and sound. Everywhere you look, there are orchids, some small, others larger, and in every color of the rainbow. Belgium artist Daniel Oost is the designer.
I wanted to show the beauty of the collection so that everybody could experience the varieties of orchids there exist.
Christian Primo manages the iconic glass Enid A. Hopf Conservatory and worked closely with the artist.
He wanted you to appreciate every orchid on its own merit, and the way he described it to me is, you know, each orchid is a diamond and you really have to spread them out, look at each one, take it on its own merit, and appreciate it that way.
Throughout the exhibit, Oost has incorporated translucent tubing.
The tubing serves 2 purposes. It's clear, so it's reminiscent of the glass above us. It flows almost as water would, and what conservatory would be wouldn't be complete without water. But the other thing is, in nature, a lot of these plants that you see behind us are epiphytic. So these plants actually grow, thrive, live on other trees or on vines.
This year, the exhibit is set up in 3 different areas that visitors will experience. The first is the Grand Palm Dome.
What they're going to see is an 18-foot tall, enormous structure. It's basically a metal tree that's dripping in this clear plastic tubing, and affixed to the tubing are thousands of beautiful orchids.
From there, we move through the exhibit and what they call the long hallway. Here, there are just an astounding number of orchids of varying size, color, and shapes.
Here we've got a common moth orchid. Common misconception is that it's pollinated by moths. It's actually because it looks like a moth. It's pollinated by bees, but these are things you can buy at the grocery store, at any box store, very easy to take care of. And then I think we have some dancing ladies over here, and this is a hybrid of dancing lady and called so because it looks like a dancing Spanish lady with flowing skirts.
I like the name here. Eye candy, pinky, right?
Eye candy. I think the whole thing is eye candy, but yeah, they're beautiful.
The installation also allows visitors to see the actual root systems. In one area, OST has erected a bamboo structure that pays homage to the iconic 115-year-old conservatory.
Without this building, we couldn't grow any of these plants. It wouldn't be possible in this climate.
Christian says the artist wanted to drive home a couple of points.
He wanted you to appreciate the diversity of the family, the sheer number of orchids, species in the family. And we've used more orchids and more different types of orchids in this year's show than we ever have. So I think he's succeeded there.
How many?
It's thousands. So we don't have an exact count, but thousands and thousands. I think there's something for everybody, and I just want everybody to appreciate it to the fullest extent that they can.
The people organizing the Orchid Show have this all down to a science. In fact, they're already planning the next 3 years' worth of shows. And they're working on their summer show, Georgia O'Keeffe, Visions of Hawaii. That'll run all summer long. I'm Mike Gilliam for Arts in the City.
And that is our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, you can find us online anytime you need your New York City arts and culture fix. I'm Carol Anne Riddell. We'll see you next time on Arts in the City.